Either way, they didn't do it. They go home. But here he's talking about these tax collectors and prostitutes. He's talking about the people who they would think are the worst in society. And he's saying they would go home and say, I'm not doing it. But they'd go home and start thinking about it. I didn't want to do it because I thought people would judge me, and I didn't want to do it because people would think I would be too unworthy, and I didn't want to do it because I had too much pride, and I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to put myself out there, but they're wrestling through the fact that they're a sinful person and how desperate they are for God's forgiveness, to be cleansed, to be made new, to be made whole. And so the next day they go back, and they said they weren't going to do it, but they submit to God's will for their life, and they got baptized. I love baptisms, by the way. We're going to do baptisms Easter Sunday. I saw a young lady at the door when I was greeting on the way out of the first service, and she came to Christ here about 1.5 years ago. And she said to me on the way out, can I please be baptized? So she's going to get baptized on Easter Sunday. It's awesome. Along with a long list of people we have, going to get baptized on Easter Sunday. It's awesome to me. I love baptism so much because I can get up here and tell you a bunch of things, and you get tired of listening to me. But when somebody else gets up here and they say, this is how God changed my life. This is what he's done for me. I was one way, but now I'm completely different. And look what God did in my life. And listen to my story. What does it do to the church? It stirs us up. Some people have come to Christ because they've heard baptism stories. The church gets encouraged and fired up and excited. And if you see that, and that doesn't change something in you, you've got a problem. That's what he's saying to the religious leaders. Look, you saw them. You saw what they did. Even when you saw it, you did not afterwards change your minds or repent and believe him. Even when you were stirred up by God's stories, when you saw genuine people have genuine life change, even then you stood in your own sin and transgression and said, not for me. I won't do it. Look, I don't want that to be said about any person in this room. I don't want that to be said about anyone watching online right now. I don't want it to be said of us.